Teodoro Flores Stadium in Guatemala City. The Cubans have named only 12 players. They can name a squad of 14, but they have come to Guatemala City with only 12, as with the previous regulations in futsal. There are the teams taking part in this group. Iran and Argentina making up the numbers, and 2 teams will go through to the quarterfinals. So Spain starting with their 5 players: Julio, Oral, Javi Rodriguez, Luis Amado in goal, and Daniel, perhaps a surprise starter, number 14. He's been capped only 7 times, but has scored 5 goals, so clearly a player of the future. The Cubans starting with their captain, number 5, Guerra, Kindalan, Portal, Tsunami, Cabo is in goal.
Okay, we can go.
These matches of 2 halves of 20 minutes each, and of course unlimited rotational substitutions as the match is underway. Julio sending it out wide. Oral gets the first shot after just a matter of seconds. We expect an improved effort by the Cubans as they put their first shot in. Kindalan. I mentioned in Spain in 1996 they did struggle, scoring only 4 goals and conceding 31 in 3 matches. This will be a better Cuban side this time around, I'm sure. They are in very good condition physically. They have prepared themselves very well. A very disciplined approach is expected from this Cuban side. Oral, just off the foot of Javi Rodriguez. Guerra. Tsunami. Tsunami will be one of the key men in this Cuban side. Indirect free kick signaled when the arm is raised. The referees, Martinez, Van den Berkem, Yaya Jabir. So they are the numbers 1 and 2 referees. Also Walter Arthur Sole, and the timekeeper from Japan, Fesaya Suzuki. Portal. And in goal for Spain is Luis Amado. Perhaps a little surprising. He did look very good in the warm-ups, Luis Amado. But the captain of the Spanish team is their number 1 goal kicker, Jesus, their most capped player. And he is not starting. Oral. Shot, good save, still there though, Portal. Cabo was there to get his hands on it and bring the ball to ground. We'll expect to see some flamboyant attacking play by Spain. Rodriguez, Javi Rodriguez! The first goal of the match, scored by Rodriguez of Spain, coming on after 1.5 minutes. Well, a lovely strike by Rodriguez, and just beating the keeper, who would be disappointed with that. He had to dive away to his left, but Javi Rodriguez with that powerful strike from 15 metres, putting the ball into the back of the net. Well, that's a wonderful start for Spain. Coming after 1.5 minutes. And Rodriguez certainly shapes as being a key player in these championships. His 24th goal and his 36th international for the Spanish side. Tsunami. Cubans will hold on to the ball. They won't give up possession easily. The nature of their game in 1996. Guerra will take it from the right sideline. Kindalan. Controls it well. Futsal back to Kinderland. Knocked out of play, it'll go back Spain's way. Cuba finished second in their qualifying group to Costa Rica. They had some good wins over Nicaragua, Suriname, 9-2 and 13 goals, the scoring rate in those two games. In the semi-final, probably their best win in recent times. It was against the United States. Rodriguez thought about it again. Oral! Way to the right. It was against the United States in the semi-final. They won it 4-2. And that was a fine performance. The United States have been at championships in the past and done quite well, but they have missed qualifying here. As we have another look at Oral, that powerful left foot, but missed it by some distance. Daniel. Rodriguez, and another one! Number 2, it's Julio. Well, this is a wonderful start by Spain. Rodriguez the assist, and Julio was there to pop it in from close range. So 2 goals in the opening 3.5 minutes for Spain. And there was Julio. Well, what a start. Julio scoring for the 13th time for the national team. He's not a prolific goal scorer. His 53rd international, but he gets a goal. Here he is again. Daniel. I mentioned Daniel earlier. Clearly big things are expected of this player. It's a very talented team. Daniel has played only a handful of matches though, and he's in the starting 5. Oral. Julio. This is Javi Rodriguez. Oral again. Still going. Tsunami is with him. Javi Rodriguez runs onto it. Well, wasn't expecting that one. Oral, and again, this time just forcing it across the goal. Cabo in goal for Cuba, having his work cut out. He had that one covered. And it's such a multi-talented side. The attacks can come from all directions. Portal. And forced wide. And that's one of the few occasions when the ball has actually been in the Spanish half, causing no problems whatsoever. Oral to Javi Rodriguez. And when you think about the strength of this Spanish side, you need only look at the bench. Included on the bench, Paulo Roberto, who's averaging a goal a game in 36 matches. Julio, slight fumble, Cabo takes it. Attempts the quick break, he was looking for Guerra, but back it goes Spain's way. Well, this is a nightmare start for Cuba. Cabo. Foul. Direct free kick has been awarded to Spain. Just a reminder too that once a team has registered 5 fouls, 5 direct free kicks have been awarded, that is danger time, because anything beyond that, and they send their opponents to the 10-metre penalty spot. Rodriguez. Raul Rodriguez. Cabo. Kinderland was off his foot. 2-0 the scoreline. We've played only 5 minutes. Oral. Julio. Rodriguez. It was a feature of their game 4 years ago, and it has been since, the rapid interpassing in attack. And they can afford to do that with the number of talented players they have in the Spanish team. Julio has scored a goal. Oral. Daniel now. Cubans would dearly like to get some possession. It's all with Spain in the opening few minutes of this match. Daniel. Rodriguez. Oh, he could have had a shot himself. Still there, and then knocked back through his legs. Well, he was busy watching the ball, and I don't think he quite knew there was an opening towards the far side. Let's have a look at Javi Rodriguez. There it is. Then he attempted to pass. Perhaps if he'd put the shot in earlier, it may have been a real scoring chance. Cuba can be thankful it wasn't. Guerra. First shot on goal. Away to the far side. Well, Guerra is a good goal scorer, and he will need to be the skipper. Cuba desperately need to pull one back. Juan. Daniel! Cabo got a hand on it and knocked it over the top. Well, I mentioned that attacks will come from everyone. Juan has been out there only a matter of moments. He's had one shot, and here's the second one. Fast break a chance now for Cuba. Knocked away from Tsunami. But they will take the corner. First corner to Cuba. Guerra. Tsunami. Now, what can they do? What sort of plays do they have? We know the Cubans have worked hard on their set plays, the corners. But what sort of flair do they have? And what options as they go forward and try to beat the Spanish defence? Well, they haven't had too many chances just yet. Spain leading 2-0. Oral again, just way to the right. Well, they just keep peppering the goal. And this man has to be on his toes every moment. Futsal. Oral defending. The ball out of play for Spain. Second corner for Cuba. Tsunami. It was shot from deep. Already the Cubans needing to take some chances to try to peg a goal or two back. Daniel. Juan over the top. Well, the Spaniards took some time in warming up. Cuba late arriving at the stadium. No doubt they've been working very, very hard over recent months in preparation for these championships. But the Spaniards were here having a good look around the stadium, getting the feel of it. And the Cubans quite late in coming out. This time a direct free kick going Cuba's way. So the first foul accumulated there for Spain. Martinez will take the ball back. No, he won't. Kinderland holding on to it. Portal. Skipper Guerra knocking the ball back to the goalkeeper. Long. Kinderland was there. Daniel out wide again. Juan calling for it, deciding to shoot himself. The corner. Off the goalkeeper's hands. Juan into the net. It was off the upright, and number 3 for Spain. Oh my word. Juan. There was the left footer. It hit the right upright and curled back in. He gets his first goal. Well, the goals are piling up early. This is only the 9th minute, and there's the scoreline. Cuba 0, Spain 3. And this match man must be pretty satisfied with the way things are going. Javier Lozano, the coach since 1992. He has a very impressive record. Kike is number 8 out there now for Spain. Another of the younger players in this side, just 22 years of age. And a recent addition to this Spanish national team. To make the team, one must have remarkable ability, given the depth of talent in futsal in Spain. Another foul against Spain. Futsal. It's close to 200,000 registered players in the game of futsal in Spain. It's very well organised. Many juniors too, which is exactly what FIFA are hoping for in countries around the world. Juniors will start playing the game in numbers. Well, that was confident. Just defending the ball back into his own goalkeeper. And no problems at all there for Amado. Kike a chance. Carlo committing himself. Cuba on the break. Portal taken away by Roberto. Watch this. Kike just missing to the right. Well, quickly from one end to the other. That's the way this exciting game is played. It was Cuba on the fast break with Portal an opportunity, but robbed of the ball by Paulo Roberto, the man I mentioned who didn't get a place in the starting 5, but averaging a goal a match over a long career. Watch this one. Juan Kike, and again hit the upright and finally saved. Cabo. Well, a let off. Aral almost putting it in, finding only the near upright, and Cabo there, taking the ball gladly, gleefully in his gloves. Well, that was fortune for Cabo, striking the upright, and the ball ricocheted directly to him. Still there though for Spain. Maybe number 4, back pick. Kingalan. Loose passing by Cuba. They're breaking away quickly. Generally, Cuba will try to hold on to the ball for long periods, but they realise against Spain they must try to break quickly. Kike. He's having a busy day, Cabo. Paulo Roberto. Well, he goes down. The direct free kick, another foul. Now, with the fouls, 2 apiece. Free kick taken. Juan. Cabo bouncing on the loose ball. Martinez. Martinez is a man who knows how to score goals, certainly scored quite a few in the qualifiers. Would like to do some here. Santi, good save. Tsunami. This Cuban defence is under immense pressure. Now they have a chance to attack. Portal. Again, the pass going astray, intended for Tsunami. 3-0 the scoreline after 11.5 minutes of the first half. What a start to the World Championships by one of the favourites, the Spaniards. Paulo Roberto took it back. Santi. They give up possession. And Cuba give up possession. Roberto. Paulo Roberto goes down. Now, did he go down outside? I feel he did. He ended up inside the penalty spot. But the infringement was outside, and that's where the free kick has been awarded. Paulo Roberto. So once again, a free kick opportunity for Spain. To no avail. Morales. Well, that was from halfway. Very hopeful. Cuba meeting Spain for the first time at international level. And they have found out very quickly what an outstanding team Spain can produce. So much talent. Juan. Carlo Roberto tried to square it up. Santi. Over the top. Cabo forced to come out again. Safely. Tsunami. Still with Cuba. Mr. Lozano. And it's a Cuban timeout. Both teams are entitled to 1 60-second timeout each in each half. And the Cubans, with the scoreline at 3-0 against them, have decided now is the important time. Around 7.5 minutes remaining before half-time. And they find themselves in desperate trouble. Coach Clemente Reynoso. I mentioned he has a squad of only 12 here. Other teams have the full 14. The Cubans deciding 12 was enough. And the crowd enjoying the action. Certainly the performance by the Spanish players. Futsal. Now, can Cuba manufacture a goal before half-time? There is plenty of time remaining. I suppose the way things are going, they will be in some way satisfied to keep it at 3-0. Here's a chance. Paulo Roberto over the top. Oh, it was an open goal. He tried to loop it over the top of Cabo, but it was too strong. Well, Spain will continue to attack the goals, and this was an opportunity for Paulo Roberto, a very skillful player, but he couldn't quite give it the right weight. Kike. Back to that man, Paulo Roberto. Santi. Juan. Kike again. It's a lesson in the skills of futsal for Cuba at the moment. Control of the ball so important. Close-in skills so important, and the Spaniards have it all. They might get another goal. Paulo Roberto, it's still there. Oh, what a save. Cabo, he was down. He bounced up quickly and took a very difficult ball. So a good save by the goalkeeper for Cuba. Santi, he got a hand to it again, Cabo. He's doing a good job under a great deal of pressure. Kike to Juan. Juan onto his right, back onto the left. Who will put in the shot this time? It's a matter of time. Paulo Roberto, no. Martinez, down goes one of the Spanish players. That was Juan. Tsunami at the other end. Martinez couldn't quite run onto it. Of Spanish flags around the stadium here at Teodoro Flores. This is the second of the venues, the other a few kilometres across town, the El Domo complex. Let's see Santi now. Julio is lurking, and the defenders are there as well. Kindalan. Tsunami under pressure. There's two Spaniards there. What can he do? Kindalan. Futsal. From a long way over the top from Morales. 3-0 the scoreline. And Luis Armada hasn't had much work to do in goal for Spain. Mind you, he looked a very special goalkeeper when we saw him warming up. Some magnificent saves. Portal on the break, and again it's spoiled. Julio sending it across the line. Well, not only can they attack, they can defend very well also, the Spaniards. Morales. Portal. Probably go back to Tsunami on the left. It's a game where on these small indoor pitches, players have to defend and attack almost at the same time, from one end to the other, so quickly. Daniel just coming on and taking the ball. And down there, back in action, Javi Rodriguez, number 7, who started. He scored the first goal after just 1.5 minutes, and then he took a break. Rotation, not easy for the coaches, with up to 9 substitutes waiting their turn. Daniel doesn't shoot. Finally, the shot came in from Julio. (3-0). The goals coming to Javi Rodriguez, Julio and Juan in the 2nd, the 4th and the 9th minutes. So something of a dry spell now for Spain. Cuba defending well, but Spain on the break again. Julio, Daniel, Santi still there. Portal doing well. Taking it down the pitch for Cuba, but not for long. Daniel, support from Santi, the cross was intended there for Javi Rodriguez. Just a little wide for him, and he couldn't get his right foot on the ball. This man will enjoy the break at half-time. Not necessarily for the scoreline, but just the relief of all the pressure. Guerra, the man wearing the skipper's light blue on the arm. Number 5, Morales, Tsunami. And Javi Rodriguez again. Daniel. Well, the pressure is constant for the Cuban defenders, and they just don't quite know who will put the shot in. There are just so many opportunities in attack for this Spanish team. They've played 150 internationals and they've won 73% of them. 110, so what a strike rate. And you just wonder what the showdown will be like when they run into Brazil during these tournaments, or this tournament, as the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, or maybe even the final comes along. Daniel to take it from the right. Well, intending again for Javi Rodriguez, but intercepted by Kindelan. Back went the pass towards Kindelan, but it was a stray from Tsunami. Javi Rodriguez. Daniel just wide. And the Spaniards are having a lovely time out there. They really are enjoying themselves. Just taking it in turns to have a shot on goal. Tsunami. Wouldn't Cuba love a goal 2 minutes out from half-time? Kindelan. I'm sure they have ability as an attacking football team, but there have been no chances, no real chances against this team. Guerra just wide. Well, speaking of no chances, that was the best of them. Javi Rodriguez getting his toe on the ball, and it wasn't too far away. Here's the chance, Guerra. The ball forced out. Guerra running onto it a second time, but just unable to control. Rodriguez, Santi. Morale. Well, it's sustained attack from Spain. given the fact that there were 3 goals on the board in the opening 8.5 minutes, 3-0 close to half-time doesn't look so bad for Cuba as they earn themselves a free kick. The foul count reading now 4-2. Cuba 4, Spain 2, so it's unlikely with just over a minute to go either side will get themselves in trouble with the accumulated fouls in this half. Of course, the slate is white clean at half-time. And Spain have called for a timeout with 56 seconds remaining before half-time. Javier Lozano has decided to address his players. I'm sure he would be very happy with what he's seen so far. But with all the attack that they've had over the last 10 minutes, there's been no reward. And Lozano, I'm sure, would love to see a 4th goal put away in the moments remaining before the break. They're a delightful team to watch. Futsal is such a thrilling game, an attacking game, and Javier Lozano has his team playing very attacking football. Futsal averages around 9 goals a game. We've had 35 goals in the opening 4 matches in this championship, so that's just about up with the average. And the way Spain are playing today, you wouldn't surprise if they get 9 themselves. Rodriguez goes down. Another foul against Cuba. That takes them up to 5. So 1 more. And they will send Spain to that 10-metre penalty spot. You can see just in front of Daniel. There are 2 penalty marks in futsal from the 10. And of course also the 6-metre spot. There's Cuba 5 fouls. Whether that will hurt them remains to be seen, because there's only half a minute remaining before half-time. Daniel to Santi. Now, Spain really would love to have a late goal here. They're in a strong position. 4-0 would probably be just reward. Santi looking for Rodriguez, but the pass was cut off. And now the fast break. In goes the shot. Martinez, in fact it was Medeiros, who is on now for the first time. Medeiros putting in the shot from out wide. A foul against Spain, but that is only their 4th. Late chance now. Kinderlan! Away to the right. Spain with the ball. Daniel. Santi. Who will put in the shot? No one, because they give up the ball again. Cuba with it. Medeiros. Down the right side. It was too wide as the half-time hooter sounds. What an enterprising half of futsal by the Spaniards. And the fans are very happy with what they've seen. Why wouldn't they be? 3 goals in the opening 8.5 minutes. And at half-time, they lead with a scoreline of 3-0 over Cuba. Well, what remarkable futsal we've seen from this team. And I suppose the message is out. Watch out, Brazil. The title isn't yours just yet. Very early stages in this championship, but the Brazilians have won 3 world titles out of the 3 played. And they are very much the favourites to win again. As we have a look at these goals, the first of them from Rodriguez. That was after just 1.5 minutes. Javier Rodriguez. The second came from number 2, Julio. And the goal...
体制の考え方、フットサルの特徴を生かすスピーディーさを助長しよう、それからフェアプレーを確保しよう、これについてはですね、やはり3つぐらいなポイントがあるのかと思います。でその一つは、まずハーフウェイラインを越えてゴールキーパーがボールを投げていい。これまではハーフウェイラインを越えてゴールキーパーはボールを投げることができませんでした。やはりゴールキーパーというのは特殊な存在ですので、そのプレーには制限がありました。しかしながら今度の改正でゴールキーパーはトップのプレイヤーに直接正確なパスが投げられる。そうすればスピーディーにプレーが展開できる。あるいはそこから速い得点が生まれるということもあると思います。もう一つはそのフットサルのピッチというのは縦が40メートル、横が20メートル、大体そうなんですけども、このピッチを全て広く使うことができるんじゃないかと。2つ目のポイントです。自由な交代というものがより進められることになりました。今まではボールがインプレー中に自由に交代できるのはフィールドプレーヤーだけだったんですね。でこれがゴールキーパーも含められるということになりました。フットサルでは4秒ルールというものが適用されて、何でも早く観客や選手を飽きさせないような速いプレーが求められてますね。でゴールキーパーの交代についても、ボールがインプレー中にやっていいよということがあると思います。でこれはですね、フィールドプレーヤーがゴールキーパーのユニフォームを着て、ピッチに立って5人でプレーをする。もちろんそのゴールキーパーとしての資質が、能力というものが高くないんで、リスクではあると思うんですけども、逆に言うと攻撃的になると、こういうプレーができるようになったということがあると思います。もう一つ、3つ目となると思いますけれども、これまで、反則を1チーム6つ重ねると第2 PK ペナルティーマークから壁がないゴールキーパーと1対1のフリーキックが与えられました。でこの距離がこれまではゴールラインから12メートルのところでした。しかしながら今年の改正でゴールラインから10メートルのところになりました。10メートルというとやはりそこから壁がなくてゴールキーパーと1対1であれば非常に得点のチャンスが生まれると思います。これは得点のチャンスを増やすということでもあるんですけれども、やはり反則をより少なくしようと。フットサルというのはサッカーのそのエッセンスのようなゲームです。反則をなるべく少なくしてフェアプレーに徹して行ってくださいというようなところなのかと思います。
日本フットサル連盟はですね、本年今まで20数年の歴史の中で初めて改組再編という形を取らせていただきまして、全国の地域にの代表の理事を入れていただいて、それで各地域にまで全国展開ができるようにという組織を改編しました。その中で日本フットサル連盟がこれからやらなきゃいけないこととかということが自然と出てきたわけですけど、その中でやっぱり一番大事なことはリーグ戦を各地域でやっていただこうということに、決めましてですね、各地域にできるだけ早い時期にリーグ戦を展開していただいて、それでそのトータルの中でその上には日本を代表するリーグが将来的にできればというのが目標にですね、競技性の一つはそれがあります。それからもう一つは、普及ということではサッカーのファミリーがたくさん増えるように、我々の中で、いつでもどこでも誰でもという理念のもとにですね、多くの方がサッカーを愛し、それでフットサルの愛好者になっていただいてですね、サッカーファミリーを拡大していくというのが、一つの狙いであります。
Now, Cuba to kick off. They will want to defend well and they will want to attack with vigour as well in this second half. It's the opening match for both teams in Group D at the Guatemala 2000 World Championships. Spain very much fancied to top this group and go through to the quarterfinals and make their presence felt in a big way over the last few days of the tournament. They will be hoping for a position in the final. The bronze medalists in 1992, the silver medalists in 1996, and they would be hoping very much that they can continue their climb to the very top here in 2000. The second half is underway at Teodoro Flores. Spain leading Cuba 3-0. Kindelan. It's going to be a tough fight back for Cuba from here. Guerra. And a change in their attacking methods. They want to pass it around quickly and really put the pressure on the Spanish defenders, which wasn't the case in the first half. In fact, Spain had 25 shots on goal to 4 by Cuba. And shots on target, 14-0. So it just gives you an idea of how dominant Spain were in the first 20 minutes of this game. 57% possession to 43% by Cuba. And surprising in some way, the statistic was only that and not greater in Spain's favour. The first foul of the second half against Spain. Still there. Cuba's first chance, Portal. Out of play. Well, some consternation for the Spanish defenders. A rarity in the first half of this game. But that comes to nothing. And that would be disappointing from Cuba's point of view. Riqueur is out there, number 11 for Spain. And Adeva. We didn't see either of those players in the first half. This is Riqueur now. Juan. Juan again has scored a goal already. Well, it was off the hand. Advantage was paid. Was there advantage though? Number 12, Luis Amada in goal for Spain. Already in this second half, he's had more to do than he did for the entire first 20 minutes. Guerra. Down goes Riqueur. Guerra with the ball. I think Cuba were pretty well shell-shocked by the attacks launched by Spain in the opening 10 minutes. Oh, there's a shot on goal by Kike. But they have settled down quite well since then, holding out so many attacks. Riqueur back to Kike. And you get the feeling that Spain will have to work a little harder for their goals for the remainder of the match. Having said that, Riqueur has a shot, so the opportunities will keep on coming. Some of the key players, Julio and Javier Rodriguez, are being rested at the moment by the Spanish coach, Javier Lozano. Guerra. Riqueur onto his right. Kike with a rebound. Juan way across the face of the goal. Portal. It's been tough for Cabo. Wilfredo Cabo in goal for Cuba. He's had some very good saves. You think that there were 14 shots on target. 3 of them got through. Portal. Once again, loose passing by Cuba as they give the ball back to Spain. Juan. David to Riqueur. Now Kike. Recure back to Juan. Adeva. Back to Adeva. Juan. They will find an opening. They hold onto the ball very well. Adeva. Recure. Back into the middle. Kike over the top. There were plenty between he and the goal. He put it very high. So the 4th minute of the second half. And Cuba hanging on to that deficit that has been the case since the 9th minute of the game. 3-0, Spain's way. Recure. Also in this group, Argentina and Iran. So second spot is wide open, you would think. Each team playing their 3 matches. And Spain certainly favoured to finish on top of the pool. Recure. Loose ball picked up by Cabo. There was some holding on. And a free kick has been picked out, going Spain's way. So the first foul against Cuba in this second half, as we have a look at the holding decision. There's the goal! Oh, what a goal being scored from the side by Recure. It was a lovely set play, and Cabo tried desperately to get down to it. But it was kicked around the corner and into the net. More joy for the Spanish fans. Let's have a look at the set play. And on the end of it, Recure. So he makes his presence felt early. Not involved in first half action, but he comes on, and that gives Spain the scoreline of 4-0 over Cuba. Here's the man who scored the goal, Recure. Adeva into Portal. Recure, the man who scored his first goal for the tournament. Juan. Recure back to Juan. Oh, the goalkeeper got a hand on it, and that was a good save. Parrying it over the top. What a shot from Juan. And Cabo, the man who saved it for Cuba. Kike. Over the sideline for Morales. Portal. Portal scored 4 goals in that big win in qualifying against Suriname. The team scored 13. Tsunami and Martinez each scored a hat-trick. So, given the circumstances, this man has some goal scorers at his disposal. Clemente Reynoso, the Cuban coach. But my word, playing Suriname is a little different than playing Spain at the World Championships. Kike. Back towards Kike. Kindelan. Portal. Trying to hold on to it. Tsunami got it. Portal. Back to Tsunami. But there is so much pressure being applied. This time, a foul against the Spaniards. But look at the scoreline, 4-0. And there is the foul called against Kike. Portal. Chopped off, and down goes the Spaniard, and the card comes out, a yellow card against Cuba. Portal is the culprit, the first yellow card of this match. It was crude, and Juan falling heavily. So Portal with a caution. 2 fouls apiece in this second half. Once it gets to 6, players are sent the 10-metre penalty. Another exciting feature of this game. It makes it all important to keep the game clean because it can be crucial late in a half. Adeva. Juan. Juan holding up. Juan! Well, the shots can come from all directions. Juan is a danger man. And once again, it wasn't good work by Cuba. This time outside the area. Thankfully for Cuba, as Recure went down, but a free kick will be awarded. So Cuba can defend with a wall, but the pressure once again on their defenders. Adeva and Kike ready to combine for this kick. Adeva and Kike having a glance at each other. Kike on the right of screen, Adeva to take it, back to Kike, and that was intended to knock it over towards Recure, but it was just wide of him. Tsunami. Futsal. Recure. This is dangerous. Juan needs to beat the keeper, and they do. Recure gets his second. It was 2-on-1, and Spain get goal number 5. Recure gets his second. Juan on the break. And Recure said, thank you, I will take it. It was unselfish by Juan. He was aware that his teammate was coming. He squared it up, and Recure had no problems. There's the score, 5-0 to Spain after 25 minutes. Recure has now scored 11 goals in his 23 internationals. He has the ball once again. For a man who was rested in the first half, 2 goals to his credit now. Another opportunity. Carbo still under pressure. Juan, Recure can shoot, and it's another good save. Well, it was on target, and Carbo stretched to the limit, knocking the ball over the goal line. The game of futsal is fast and furious. Here is Recure, his shot, and it was right on target for the top right-hand corner. Medeiros. Recure gives it back to the new player in goal for Spain. The substitution has been made. Guillermo has taken the place of Luis Amado. Amado did nothing wrong. He had little work to do. And the Spanish coach, Javier Lozano, is using this as an opportunity to give all his players a taste of World Championship action in the opening match. Kike it was who cleared it away. Futsal giving it back to the suffering Carbo. 5 goals have passed him. It could have been so many more. Kinderlan. Cuba finished second in their qualifying group. Beaten in the final by Costa Rica, who defeated Australia in Group C yesterday. And Costa Rica did impress. The opposition was not strong, but Costa Rica appearing in the championships for the second time, qualifying for the first time though. They played in Hong Kong 8 years ago by invitation. And they did seem to be quite a well-presented team. So no disgrace by Cuba in being beaten by the Costa Ricans. But they give up possession once again with the cross-pitch pass. What moves can be made on that board that will help the Cubans? One wonders. Recure. This is Paulo Roberto. Paulo Roberto! Wasn't a bad shot from 10 metres. He's a flamboyant player, Paulo Roberto. Decided that he would like to get on the score sheet himself, as he has so often in the past. 36 goals in 36 games. He needs one here to keep his average up in his 37th game. Recure. Roberto again. Recure looking for a hat-trick. Roberto. As Roberto goes down, another foul against Cuba. He fell quite heavily. The trip, and the call was against Morales. So another free kick as the fouls start accumulating for Cuba. Kike! Oh, the keeper Cabo was flying high in the air. He didn't get a touch on it. Didn't need it, as it turned out. Futsal. Morales. Medeiros. They really can't put their passes together often enough to threaten the Spanish defence. Kindelan. And at the moment they're being forced backwards. They will take the ball from the side. But the Spaniards in a class of their own at the moment. (5-0) the scoreline. In the background, players from Kazakhstan watching to see who they may meet later in the tournament. Rodriguez, that's dangerous. Rodriguez, not quite. Cabo was there. Well, Rodriguez has been rested until now in the second half. One of the key players for Spain, and he comes back into the action and puts pressure right on Cabo once again. Midway through the second half now, and joy for the Spanish fans. Kike, Rodriguez. Javi Rodriguez scored the first goal of the match. After 1.5 minutes, he has the ball again. 26-year-old Deva. This time Morales intercepting. Quickly downfield, Morales shooting from 15 metres. These Cuban players would know each other's game quite well. Of the 12 in the squad, 9 of them play for the same club team. So clearly the power lies at that Habana club. Rodriguez, who was looking for Paulo Roberto. Spain not playing Javi Sanchez in this match. Red carded in a qualifying game, so he will further, Kike will further strengthen this team as the tournament progresses. Sanchez, their second most capped player. In fact, Jesus is the most capped player, the #1 goalkeeper. He has not seen any action today, the captain. Oh, look at this. Paulo Roberto. Not the first time, the second maybe. Yes! Paulo Roberto. A fumble by the keeper, Cabo, giving Roberto a second opportunity. That was all he needed. On the line was Kindelan, but he was unable to do anything with that left foot shot put in by Paulo Roberto. And there's the score, 6-0 to Spain. Roberto scoring his first goal of the tournament, and he continues his outstanding record of 1 goal a match over 37 internationals. Santi. Paulo Roberto. Paulo Roberto, number 2, no. Kinderland. Has been such an easy day for the Spanish goalkeepers. No pressure applied whatsoever. No really forceful shot on goal has been allowed to be taken for the Cubans. Rodriguez, Javi Rodriguez, another one surely, yes! All too easy. All too easy for Spain. Javi Rodriguez gets number 2. It could well have been his teammate Adeva, but he said, you take it, Javi Rodriguez. Well, a timeout has been called as Rodriguez puts away his second goal of the tournament to take the scoreline to 7-0, Cuba's favour. Timeout has been called for. But what an outstanding performance by Spain. The goals have been shared around, Rodriguez scoring 2. Recure has also scored 2, Paulo Roberto 1, Julio and Juan. They have so many talented, so many attacking players. They will cause problems for every team here at Guatemala 2000. Cuba finding out firsthand just how strong they are. Once again, the defenders under some pressure to get the ball back in the Spanish half. Kinderland, Portal, Paulo Roberto. Look at the attempts on goal, 42-6. At half-time it was 25-4, so just 2 attempts on goal. And on target it's 23-1. So Cuba have had just 2 attempts at goal in the second half. And the statistics overwhelmingly in Spain's favour. Tsunami will come into the action in a short moment. Kinderland. Out of play. Couldn't quite control it. It was Medeiros, 23-year-old from Cuba. Deva, Santi, back to Javi Rodriguez, who scored his second goal a moment ago, and he tried to give the assist to Paulo Roberto. Tsunami, who came on just a second ago. Under pressure was Medeiros. Earns himself a corner. And they have been few and far between as well. In fact, it's taken just wide of the corner. Portal. Paulo Roberto to Santi. Here comes Rodriguez. Back he goes, Roberto. Keep it a beat. Can't do so, Tsunami. The keeper got a hand on it. But Rodriguez with another chance. Rodriguez works back. Adeva. Santi out wide. Paulo Roberto. And Cabo is there. Spain 7, Cuba 0. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this opening Group D encounter. And some work for the Spanish goalkeeper for a change, Guillermo. Deva. Pass a little loose. Oral. Santi. Santi. Another shot on goal, but well wide to the near side. Guerra, the captain of this Cuban team. Roberto Guerra. They would have hoped to keep the scoreline to respectable proportions. Lopez, one of the backup goalkeepers for Cuba, Pedro Lopez, will come into the action shortly. And no doubt Cabo, who has had to concentrate so hard, will be taking a break. Oral. Javi Rodriguez to Santi. Back he goes now. Javi Rodriguez went down off the ball, and he has been given a free kick as the fouls continue to build up. That was the 5th against Cuba. 5 fouls against Cuba, so 1 more, and there is plenty of time remaining. Santi, and into the goal it goes. Oral, he joins the scoring sheet. His first goal, and it makes it 8-0. Santi from this set play, and Oral turned it around the corner from quite an angle. Well, a reason for celebration for the Spanish fans here. Rodriguez, perhaps another reason. Spain have had quite an intensive build-up to these championships. They have played 3 internationals in the last 3 weeks, defeating Georgia 14-3. Juan scored 5 goals on that occasion. Daniel 3. They also beat Yugoslavia 3-2, so that's the sort of scoreline that Coach Lozano would be hoping for, a hard workout. Daniel, saved by the keeper. And the third match was against Hungary. They defeated Hungary 4-2. So 2 tough matches against Yugoslavia and Hungary in the space of 5 days, and that big win over Georgia as well, standing Spain in very good stead here at Guatemala 2000. Daniel's shot was blocked. Guerra, oh, nice shot. It was just away to the left. Not quite where he wanted it, but plenty of power in it. And the most impressive build-up by Cuba for quite some time. Recure. Daniel. Santi again, the man out causing so much damage on the right side. Oral is the man who scored the last goal. Santi, Daniel just wide. Oh, what a tough day for Wilfredo Cabo. Oral. Well, they have 8 goals so far. 3.5 minutes remaining. They may yet get to double figures. It was 3-0 at half-time, and Spain have scored 5 goals in 16.5 minutes in the second half. Recure has scored twice. Paulo Roberto has scored once. Javi Rodriguez and Oral in the 24th, the 26th, the 32nd minute, 32nd again, and then in the 34th. Oral blocked, and back up the court. Recua. And all too easy at the moment for Spain. They had 57% possession in the first half. And probably just as much in the second. Almost another goal. A second desperate lunge, and Cabo takes it. He says, I need some assistance back here. Santi. Daniel can give it back to the Recua. It's a matter of the Spanish players lining up to take the shots on goal. Daniel tried to lob it over the top, but couldn't quite get his control on the ball. He's been a very good player, Daniel, a man who can score goals. And at the start of his international career, he's sure to be a part of this Spanish side for a long time to come. Cuba will face Argentina in their second game, and then Iran. So all is not lost for Cuba. They will learn a lot from this outing. And a matter of who goes through, surely, to join Spain in the second round is, you would imagine, wide open. Oh, chance now for Cuba to score their first goal. Oh, it was there for the taking. Arancibia knocked it into the goalkeeper. It was one-on-one, and Arancibia, who hasn't been in the play very much throughout the game, couldn't take advantage. Futsal. Santi. Morale back to Santi. Back he goes. Daniel this time! It was a matter of time for Daniel, and he scores for the first time in the match to take the total to 9. Past Cabo, and 24-year-old Daniel, in his 8th international, scores his 6th goal for Spain. 9-0 is the scoreline in this Group D encounter at Teodoro Flores Stadium. Inside the last 60 seconds as Daniel joined the score sheet, his first. Recure wants a hat-trick. Back to Daniel. Goes down heavily, and he will go to the 10-metre penalty spot. The 6th accumulated foul against Cuba. And Spain have a chance to get into double figures. There was the tackle. Pushed into the ground by Morales. Recure to take it. It hit the woodwork. Well, so many penalties are taken. Cabo forced to defend the second time. Let's have another look at it. Recure, and it hit the crossbar. Oral. Santi, Portal. Spain back with it. Daniel, and they have numbers. Back to Daniel. Daniel passing it, and the save, the best save of the match from Cabo. Spain attacking relentlessly in the last 60 seconds, trying to get goal number 10, Daniel, and it wasn't quite a clean shot put in there. Oral. But it's all over. Well, just about all over. 0.4 of a second remaining. It's just a matter of now it becoming official. And what a performance by Spain. 3-0 at half-time, and they have emerged victorious over Cuba with a scoreline of 9-0. An appreciative crowd here at Teodoro Flores Stadium. They have been treated to some exceptional futsal. by the Spaniards. And Spain have indicated that they are going to be very strong as this tournament progresses. Aaron Sibia, the man who had the best scoring opportunity for Cuba, it came late in the game. But Spain very happy indeed, as they would be, with that final scoreline of 9-0 against Cuba.